All right, listen. I think I know exactly how you feel. The world is literally flying like crazy. The speed of the changes that are happening right now in the world of artificial intelligence is simply ridiculous. It never happened before in the history of the world. You at the same time have your own business that you need to run. You need to adopt those technologies and do that in time. You tried several times, but you're failing with implementations for different reasons, whether the technology is not ready, or your team is not ready, or something else is failing. And you have no idea how typical it is. Everyone is going through the same stuff. The percentage of failed implementations right now is somewhere around 90%. And I know the reasons behind that because for the last 2 years, I'm working directly with that and I'm analyzing why companies are failing and I'm building successful implementations on our side because, that's actually hard. I want to tell you a few things and maybe help you understand a bit why those things are happening. I think one of the biggest obstacles that I run into, even in my own company, is the resistance of the people, of employees. And oftentimes, this is not a conscious process that happens. It's just a natural human tendency to resist the change. Let's be honest, even I look at what is happening and I'm scared. I can't imagine how it feels for people who are not from the world of artificial intelligence and all of a sudden, the half of their job can be automated. Of course, there is going to be a resistance, and of course, there's going to be a gap to understanding. So your desire to implement those changes as a manager isn't necessarily going to go through quite well within your team. What it means is that there's going to be some sort of subconscious sabotage within the company, oftentimes, and especially in the bigger ones, exactly because it requires change. I guess the solution is that you need to show the path forward to those folks who are resisting and let them know that all of our roles are changing or all of our responsibilities are changing. So this is a human factor. It's a big one, but there are some other factors that are impacting those failed implementations. One of them is actually technology itself. Let's talk about it. It's pretty new. Let's be honest. It's raw. It's not clear what are the best practices and what to use and what to not use at the moment. Basically, what happens in the company is every other day I see that the company finds a talented, curious, and smart engineer or guy or girl from IT that has AI as a hobby and they're interested and they're talented. So they give them, go do this and that implementation. And most of these kind of implementations fail. And it's not because the guys are bad, but there's several reasons behind that. In order to implement agentic systems that run business processes or take part in business processes, you need to actually understand how business processes work. It's not enough to just be an engineer. Building these systems is actually not an easy task. You need to build something that is reliable, that is of a high quality, that has observability, that has backups. It's not an easy thing to pull off. It's a complex engineering task, engineering project that needs to be treated seriously. And the next reason, which is also very, very close to that, is this POC Graveyard, if you will. And the basic idea of this POC Graveyard is that it's very easy in this world to get to the prototype stage, to get to the point when, okay, we have something working, we can maybe even take it to the boardroom and show how advanced we are in our company with the adoption of artificial intelligence. But the trick is not building a POC. The trick is taking the POC to the production implementation and making sure that it runs consistently and without errors or with minimal amount of those and actually creates revenue. And that is a whole different story. So I would say those are the main things. I would also add to that the speed of changes that we're seeing right now is unparalleled. It has never, ever happened in the history of the world so far. And the result of that is your understanding of where the technology stands might be half a year ago, which is not that much time in our human world. If half a year ago you experimented with AI and with agents and built some stuff and made your sort of own mental picture of how things work, I'm telling you, this picture is so far behind right now. The problem is that you have your day job, you have your team to manage, your company to manage to get to profitability, to solve the growth or whatever it is. And that's where you're focused. There is no chance that somebody who is not working on this technology on a day-to-day basis can stay up to date with all the changes and can actually take advantage of them. This is very counterintuitive, but I'm running into that almost every week when I'm talking to clients. They come to the calls and they're saying well, listen, I tried this or that 6 months ago. It doesn't seem to be ready for prime time. We're probably not going to be adopting that. But the reality, yes, they were right 6 months ago. Now things are very different. So what I'm saying here is that if you're not doing this stuff daily, like literally working with agents on a daily basis, there is zero chance you're going to be up to date with what's happening. And if you're zero chance you're up to date with what's happening, there is no chance you're going to make the right decisions in this environment, in this area. That's why you need a reliable partner, someone who knows what's happening there, or you need your internal department that is fully and totally focused on agentic implementations, which again is not that easy to build, as you know. So look, my recommendations going forward would be, well, first of all, it's pretty evident that those who find ways to use agents effectively in their business workflows, they win. It's very simple. Like, they get so much competitive advantage that there's no way to compete with them unless you're on the same page. The successful implementations are often characterized by access to a high level of expertise and resources, use of the right technologies, and correct approaches to building those agentic systems, which is hard to do if you're not in the business of AI agents. So get yourself a proper partner. Get yourself someone who knows what they're doing so they can build it for you, rather than keep failing with those endless POCs that never properly work. Let me know in the comments what are the challenges that you are running into. Also, on our website, we rolled out an AI assessment form. Basically, it's a little form that you fill up about your company and how you're currently using AI agents, if you're using AI agents. And the agent on the back end is analyzing that, as well as the available information about your company, in order to give you a gap analysis, basically tell you what opportunities for the usage you have that will bring you actual real revenue, and even how you can achieve that and do that. Thank you for listening.